how to use Elementor. So if you don't know, Elementor is an amazing tool for building websites. It's a WordPress drag and drop page builder. They also do some hosting, a lot of other things actually, but for the most part, people want to use it to build websites and specifically posts and pages on their websites. So let's check out a basic demonstration of how to use Elementor. So the first step is you're going to want to make sure that Elementor is installed as a plugin on your WordPress site. If you don't know how to do that, then you can check out the links below this video, and I'll link to a video of how to set. But once you have the plugin set up, then you're going to want to go to a post or page that you want to make look beautiful, and then above the post or page you're going to see this option to edit with Elementor. So go ahead and click that. And so the way that this works is that Elementor is, by default, it's available on all of your posts and pages, but it's not going to be responsible for editing that specific post or page until you tell Elementor to be responsible for it by clicking that button, right? So what that means is, by default, all of your posts and pages are going to use the default WordPress editor. It's called the Gutenberg editor. But when you want to add the extra Elementor features, then you're going to click that Edit with Elementor button right there. So once you have your post or page, then you're going to see the Elementor editor come up. So there's a lot of options here. Let's just go through a few of them slowly. The first thing to consider is the layout of the post or page. And some of the easy things that you can do here is to click this button, and what that's going to do is say select your structure. So this is essentially, you can tell here by the visuals that if you want to have like 4 columns in this section, then you would do something like that. And then if you click this again, you can create a different layout and as many as you want, and you can drag them around, you can move them. And within each of these little containers, you can put custom elements. So let's say you want these to all be images, then this would be one way of doing this. There are many ways to use Elementor. I'm just going to show you some basics here. So you want those to be images, and then you want a heading to go here. So each of these things is called an element inside of Elementor. That's why it's called Elementor. So this would be a title element. These are image elements. And if you wanted to add something like a text element, then you can do that. So each element has its own options, which you can see here on the left. So you can style each one of these elements individually. And you know, it's just going to take a little practice to learn where all these little things are, but once you do, your capabilities of editing and making things look really cool are going to skyrocket. It's a very worthwhile investment. So let's say you want to put a video here, and again, each element has its own custom set of options because each element does different things. You know, this is a video element, so you're going to need a link to the video that you want to embed. You can have a start time, end time. There's so many options in Elementor. It's amazing. It's worth it to just take a few minutes and look through all the options. You can have a video autoplay. You can have it mute by default. You can have it loop. You can show or hide player controls. So many cool things. And you know, the more you play around with it, your capabilities are just going to keep increasing. So that's essentially the basics of using Elementor. And now another cool feature, you know, again, there's so many things. There's so many different custom elements. You can also just drop them in from this thing on the left hand side, and you can just see what they look like here. There's custom built things if you want to put a countdown. And again, each element has its own options for customization. Very cool. Just check them out. There's just about everything you want to do. And again, everything can be customized. So if I haven't said it enough times, then there we go. The next big thing that I think most people will be interested in is the templates. And the way that you use templates, one easy way is from this menu is to just click on that little folder, and it's going to open up this library of templates. So these are all page elements that are custom built by professional designers to look very nice. And they are everything from, like, you know, just a part of a page that does a certain thing, like this We can insert this as a block. There are page templates. So if you want to overwrite this whole page and make it look a certain way, there are hundreds, thousands, probably tens of thousands of different options out there. Some are free, some are paid. Most are free, I think. And you can see that we just dropped that in there, and now we can edit it. It's made up of elements just like everything else. This is a title element. This is also a title element, so you can change it here. You can go into the style like we did before. You can change the font color. We can change the typography. We can make it bigger, smaller, and you see it immediately, as you make these changes. So let's look at some of the other categories here. We have call to action. We have clients. We have contact. So we have contact forms. There's a whole subset of contact form options inside of Elementor. If you want to have a nice FAQ section on your page, you can insert that, and then it's going to have its own custom features and options. You can see it's just infinite what you can do with Elementor. And instantly, as soon as you install Elementor, you just basically become like a not so bad designer, So anything that you want to do related to e-commerce or business, Elementor pretty much has you covered. Again, here are pages. They have new designs, trendy ones, popular ones. You can favorite them. This one is for a cafe. Let's check out what that does. So that inserts a full page layout. Now, obviously, it doesn't look great kind of crammed into this little post, but if this were on a full page layout, then it might look a little better. So let's go ahead and hit preview and see how this looks on my site. So you can see there are the images. Obviously, normally you'd want to fill those in. This is just a ready-made template element for bringing in related posts. We have our counter here. We have our FAQ. Obviously, this doesn't look super great. I'm not putting any effort into making it all look nice, but you can see how easy it is to get your website to look the way that you want. So that is our basic tour of Elementor. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them in the comment section below. And if you found it useful, please hit the like button and maybe subscribe. Finally, take a look at these videos that I linked here and check out the links in the description box below. I've put together some things that I think are particularly useful for what we covered in this video and for you in general. Some of them are affiliate links, so if you end up purchasing any products through them, I may receive a commission. Thank you so much for that support. It helps me to make more videos for you in the future. I hope you enjoy your Elementor journey.